Hey guys, Newb here, and I am finally back with more Mindless box. So, let's go and load up. And I think this is what we are at. Yeah. You won't take away the incident unless I do this, right? Correct. I remember it's not my decision, it's the board's. Then I'll do it. The more I thought on, the more I realized that the board had most likely forced this on me due to my upbringing. They wanted to make sure they were extra harsh on me, so it looked as if the teachers weren't giving me any special treatment. It also it's also possible that Miss Levens could have fought for my case, but she wanted to make it that just had to be it. I never asked. I never even asked to be raised by them. Does the board have no sympathy at all, or am I going nuts? Emily, please sit back down. No thanks, I'll pass. I can't sit here anymore with someone who isn't on my side. Miss Levin's eyes widened, and I instantly wanted to put those words back in my mouth. My face turned red. That was the exact opposite of what I wanted to say, but it came out as clear as day. I couldn't I couldn't stand to look at her, not after what I just did. I knew she wasn't at fault, at least most of it wasn't her fault. I never meant to bring that up, though. I quickly stood up from my seat and ran out of the room. Ouch. I didn't even know it said ouch, I just kind of said that. In my embarrassment, I never noticed Jack standing right outside the door. I ran into him, nearly falling over as he yelped. I suppose I accidentally stepped on his foot and headbutted his chin. Either way, having him there just made me even more furious. He had been listening to our entire conversation. He heard me blame Miss Levens like a spoiled brat. Emily, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to eavesdrop. Are you okay? Go away, Jack. I don't want to talk to you right now. My face was now bright red as the lunch bell tolled. Kids filed into the halls, and I lost myself in them in an attempt to return to class as if nothing had happened. What the? Okay, sorry, I just kind of went black for a second. I could barely concentrate during any of my lessons. Even my favorite magic circle lectures went in one ear and out the other. The time drew close to 4 p.m., signaling the end of the day. People crowded the hallways and marched on to their after-school activities. I wanted to speak with Miss Levens, but each time I went to her office, she seemed busy. I hung around for a moment more in the hallway, but before finally deciding on what to do with the rest of my day. Oh, interesting. This is new. Emily's free choice. During the end of certain days, Emily can make a choice where she may go. In the demo version, it is represented by on-screen choices. In the full game, it'll be represented by a map with sprites detailing where the boys are for the day. Your choice can bring about a scene or two if you are lucky. Okay, I'm actually thinking I have the demo version, but I'm not sure. What should I do now? Jack sent me a note saying he wanted to meet and apologize to me. I should really just ignore him. Okay, I think this means that this is the demo version. Which is no problem. I have no problem showing off a demo. I do believe it was marked as a demo, but very vaguely. So I'm gonna go and meet with Jack, mainly because he's annoying and I think it's hilarious. And he makes me think of Jack Skellington, so why not? Okay. Jack's note asked if we could meet in front of the girls' dorm. I might as well go now. My nose itches. After classes were done, I had received a note from Jack. He wanted to meet me after he had finished his homework. Considering he usually asked me to help him with his homework, I wondered why he decided to do it alone today. There was also the fact that he sent me a note rather than waiting outside my classroom. The whole situation was bizarre, and so I decided not to blow him off. He asked me to meet him in front of the girls' dorm, and it was there that I waited. I seated myself on the steps in front of the main entrance. It was there that I heard that familiar low voice coming from the dorms. Oh, okay, I was like, wait. Come on. Wait. Come on. Come on, there's no time. There we go. Come on, there's no time for round 2. Oh, God. A woman's voice came out. Damn it. Did he say still time or no time? I don't know. A woman's voice came out muffled and hushed. I heard the door open and looked up to see Stephen Lovestick being pushed away by thin-looking arms. I shuffled to the side, not wanting to be stepped on. I promise I'll put one on next time. But if you can't give me a chance, I can't make it my promises. Oh my God. With that weak excuse, the door slammed in his face. Steps retreated back to the dorm as he sat down on the opposite side of the steps. As if he had no care in the world, he pulled out a cigarette and lit it. I coughed, hoping he'd take the hint and move away. Instead, I felt his eyes on me. I turned my head slightly to see if he indeed was staring, and when I realized he was, I quickly turned away. And I just realized, hang on. Sorry, guys. I just realized that this is not in a good spot. I'm so sorry that just popped up for you. I just realized I need to move it. Okay. I coughed, okay. He wasn't just staring, he was basically undressing me right then and there. Oh no, he's not gonna flirt with me. Gross, he's going to try to pick me up. He's going to follow me and find out what my room number is. Then he's going to come through the window at night and show me his... Can I help you? I'm not interested in what? In continuing the legacy of Stephen Lovestick. I chewed on my lips once more, praying that he'd leave me alone. Instead, he tuffed a long drag, of his cigarette and tapped it out onto the cement, putting it back in his mouth. He crossed his legs and rested his hand on his chin. It was really quite alluring. There was something about a man crossing his legs with a cigarette in his mouth that made him seem off limits, or perhaps a bit dangerous. Really? So, you're on something, right? Like some hardcore party pills. Listen, I'm not into that at all. I get enough of that feeling from Miss Mary back there. I shifted a bit in my seat, hating the cold wind that picked up, looking up at him for a moment, then looking back down. I was at a complete loss of how to answer to figure it out. I looked up at him once more, and he made a terrible face. Are you going to stop staring, or do I need to move? You should really move. And by that, I mean, move the hell out of here. This is the girls' dorm after all, and you'll be expelled for even being here. I don't know if you're a freshman or whatever, but I've been here for 4 years and have never been in trouble for sitting on the steps of the girls' dorm. But that's not all you've done. I mean, wait. I think it's supposed to be you're a walking health ed class. I think that's what it's supposed to say. And what have I done? Where's the proof? I have no clue what you're talking about, and you might be crazy. Please don't talk to me more. I'm getting the chills. Really, dude? This guy's an ass. He finally snuffed a cigarette out, played with his boots for a moment. I felt an overwhelming sense of annoyance at this man. He seemed so confident and ready to admit his actions in Miss Levin's office. Okay. Yet, here he was pretending to be innocent. I mustered up my courage and pointed a finger at him. Say it bluntly. You had sex. Wow, this is a first. What is? Some random girl is talking to me about sex. Like, just up and started talking about it. Harassment goes both ways, sweetie. If I were you, I'd watch what you say to strangers, especially considering you're already in trouble enough to be on the cleaning committee. He turned to me and gave me a wide smile. I blinked once more, not knowing how to respond, and it seemed to happen a lot in his presence. Finally, the embarrassment set in, and my face flared up. This only made him smile even more. He moved closer to me and rested a hand at my back. No, wait. I think this may be a good way to get out of it. I can't work with someone I feel uncomfortable with at all. Victims get all the perks here. God, he was so annoying. Everything he was saying was so messed up. All the attraction I felt towards him at first broke up into tiny pieces at the very instant. Victims get all the perks? How can he just say something so gross as if it were nothing? He seemed to notice my disgust, seeing as he burst out laughing after a moment. Or I shouldn't say some random girl. You're the one girl my brother hangs around. The one with the average tits and gigantic ass. But I guess our tastes have to differ somewhere. Wait a minute. Though I can't say I'm not disappointed. Is Jack his brother? Great. There are more of you? Just who is your little brother? His name is Jack. I'm surprised you couldn't see the resemblance. But I guess it can't be helped. I know he doesn't talk about me to anyone. Okay. Everything he said before escaped my mind. As I finally realized the resemblance, or rather, realized just how little there was. The brown hair seemed to be the only thing the two had in common. I could never remember what color eyes Jack had, seeing as I always tried to look away from him. Maybe those were the same too. Either way, I began to feel a new fondness for the younger brother. At least he wasn't as much of a pig as his older brother was. Finally, he moved away from me, stretched his arms. I felt myself sigh with relief. Having him so close made it hard for me to breathe. Now finally, I was comfortable again. I glanced at him every now and then, not knowing when he'd open his mouth next. I didn't realize just how awkward my silence was. So, putting all that aside, you're still here because you want the details of my raunchy escapade, right? I'll tell you, if that's really what you want. What? No, I'm not. I'm waiting for someone. Okay. We're gonna continue this conversation next time. I'm sorry, I know it's a weird place to end, but I've hit a limit here. So, yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.